Go.
Attention! Go!
Flats. Low. Still.
And off we go. First few tentative strokes after a long hold on the start. Competitive from both boats. I think Brookes here on the right of your screen. Oxford Brookes seems to have a slight slip from Proteus-Eretes as we head down the island.
Yeah, it looks like Brookes had a slightly shaky first few strokes there, but it looks like they've kind of stretched out into quite a long stroke there, even though they're still staying high on the rate. But I don't know, I think it might be Proteus who've just got a little bit of an edge. Oh no, pretty much dead level there as they come past to the end of the island.
The danger of calling it from behind as the commentators curse, but pretty level as these crews come off the end of the island in these coxed fours. Great shot there straight away at Proteus-Eretes crew. Stroke man Peter Cornelius Degling. Eyes looking down there at the stroke meter, so everyone's got a little tiny computer in the bottom of their boat that's going to tell them how many strokes per minute they're taking, also how fast they're going.
Yeah, so we're seeing now that Brookes B crew. I think important not to let the B crew tag fool you here. This crew was actually only 4 seconds behind their A crew at Oxford Brookes Regatta recently, and actually beat the under-23 German men's coxed four in the process. But these crews have had quite different races in the first round to get here. Brookes had a battle the whole way down in their race against Bristol, whereas D.S.R Proteus had a much more comfortable race against Cal Los Angeles on the first day. So different experiences to get them here to this race alongside each other.
Yeah, and if you're joining us, this is a knockout regatta, so one-on-one, you have to knock a crew out each day to keep progressing. And sometimes, as Zoe was saying, if you've had a really hard race the day before, how well have you recovered? How many beans have you still got in those legs? But quite relaxed rowing there, looking at the Brookes crew. Very calm face, a little glance down there at the stroke man, Chandler Struggle. A little call from the back of his boat, a yes. Does that mean yes, we're still in contention? This Proteus-Eretes crew have slipped out about a length here as we're coming past the barrier.
So we can see now as well both coxes there. They're both lying down in the bow of the boat looking forward, and it's quite an interesting position to be in as a cox because you can see you've got a great view of what's coming up, but what you can't see is what the opposition's doing when they're behind you, and you've got to have really clear communication with your bow seat to make sure you know what's going on. Young Cameron Moffat here coxing that Brookes crew. I actually met him when he was coxing down at Reading Rowing Club before he went to Brookes. Ambitious guy, you know, really wanted to, you know, Brookes was his target. He wanted to go there. He wanted to really improve and do well. So great to see him coxing at the regatta today.
And it's D.S.R Proteus-Eretes. Look like they've gone to a really nice rhythm there, Zoe. That's low in the shoulders. They're quite relaxed. Looks like they're barely working, but their legs is one squeeze together. Watch their leg drive together. So you want the boat just wants one force pressed on it. Now, I see some crews with slightly disjointed leg drives, whereas this is a very good demonstration of the legs on the boat they're feeling. And the boat's a bit heavier, it's got a coxswain in it. It's a bit of a slower boat, it's still a little bit of a headwind today. Really classy rowing coming through to the middle section of this race, but Brookes have not let them go.
Yeah, I mean, the Dutch have put themselves out there, but they're certainly not sort of managing to break away from Brookes, are they? You know, they're having to keep working. Brookes are just keeping that pressure on every single stroke. And that's the thing about Brookes, isn't it? That's what their program trains. You know, they train that perseverance, that dedication, and these guys just keep going. They will not give up.
A massive sign of the Brookes program, the miles they put in, the intensity they train at, and it is paying off, Zoe. They have come back, their cocks are shouting at them, they're bringing themselves back to the front of this race, and that is a killer move there as we move through.
This is what they did against Bristol. They moved through them around Forley. Okay, it's a little bit later here, but look at this. They have gone from nearly a length down, and they are putting their bows right back up in contention now. You can see that Proteus crew just once in a while just glancing over. They've suddenly realized they are right there alongside them. So now it is just going to be a battle of wills from here to the line. Who wants this more? Who wants to get through tomorrow to face either Brookes A crew or Cal in those semis?
And these are the events we're going to see these rowers, you know, taking the big steps through the ranks. Both of them. From on the left of the screen, there's these Dutch rowers will be trialling for the Netherlands, trying to make those crews. And on the right of the screen, these Brookes rowers in the very starting stages of national selection. And they've moved through, Zoe. They've moved through. They've got a canvas.
Now this might be where that time together in the boat makes a difference, because this Dutch crew was only formed relatively recently for Henley, and they've done some internal match racing against the other Dutch crews, but they haven't had much chance, I don't think, to really race, you know, in the heat of things. Brookes, on the other hand, have a little bit more experience, but do we think maybe the Dutch have just stopped their progress there?
They've absorbed it, and the crews are pretty much level as we're moving through this quieter section into the enclosures. What have Brookes got now? They've just come back a length. Have they got another hammer blow, or can Proteus-Eretes hold on to this slight lead they have as they come down the enclosures?
I think on paper this Dutch crew should have been the faster crew, but Brookes, they are not letting that show, are they? Now you're looking at them, have they got enough in the tank to have another crack at this?
What with the middle of this crew? What have they got them? Evan Falstrup there in the 3-seat, Fred Tyler in the 2-seat, young 19-year-old in the bow seat, Petros Anderson. Can they really crank this up now, or is that them? Let's see what they do. Great shot from the bows. They still look relaxed. Can they put this crew under more pressure? You're coming into the last few hundred metres, Brookes. Go now, or Proteus-Eretes have responded.
I think Proteus have responded, and I think they've got this under control now. They have really picked it up there as they went into the enclosures. And I think now they've got that distance. They are able to watch Brookes, and they are able to respond now if Brookes make another move.
And what a response it was. Their cocks were in there. Lafebert, she told them they're coming, and she's just broken away. And all fairness to his Brookes crew, they really went for it when they really need to. Put the Dutch crew under pressure, but in the end, that relaxation, that silky long stroke has just pulled them out an extra length as they come rearing towards us here in our commentary box. It's a win in the Prince Albert Challenge Cup for DSR Proteus-Eretes in the Netherlands over Oxford Brookes University B.